Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally the day. Tonight, we will be pre-ordering the Nintendo Switch 2, and there is some very surprising details about these pre-orders, some more information. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how to pre-order, where to pre-order, what time, and all the new details you need to know. Let's go and get right into this video. Ladies and gentlemen, we prayed for times like this. I remember looking up to the sky saying, please, please let me pre-order the Nintendo Switch 2. It was almost there and then it was taken from us, but now it's finally back. Yeah, it's very exciting stuff, but has me a little anxious. Regardless, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know, as well as some new updates. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would really mean the world to me. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you could. That would mean more of the world to me, I think. Yeah, and let's just go ahead and get into it. So first, let me give you like the first taste of pre-order information. I'm just gonna go off the big 4 retailers that I think everybody will be pre-ordering from. Walmart has a 12 a.m. Eastern time pre-order. It actually might be 12:01, but be online at 12 a.m. Best Buy also has a 12 a.m. Eastern time pre-order time. Target has a 12 a.m. Eastern time pre-order time. Little old GameStop has 11 a.m. pre-order time. So in case ordering online makes you anxious, or you think you won't get it because of bots or scalpers or whatever else, and you want to pre-order in store at GameStop, the day you're watching this video, go up to your local GameStop store, and what they'll be doing is putting a sign in the window. It actually might happen later in the day or as they get like closer to closing. The sign will be telling you how many Nintendo Switch 2s that store will have. That way, if you're like waiting in line and you see that the sign says 25 Switch 2s, and then you see there's 30 people in line, well, there's no point of waiting in line, right? Go to another GameStop. Some people are able to call their GameStop or go there early and ask them like ahead of time how many Switch 2s they're getting. And I'm hearing like smaller stores are only getting 20 Nintendo Switch 2s, so that whole rumor about each GameStop getting 100 probably wasn't true. This is something you really need to be on top of, right? 100 Switch 2s sounded like a lot, but some of these smaller stores or stores like way out in the country or something, they're getting 20, 25, maybe even 15. So make sure you're paying attention to this because this is really important to know. Something else I was very curious about, whenever you pre-order stuff from GameStop, normally you can go to the store. It doesn't even matter if it costs like 500 bucks. You can put like $10 down and just pay it off over time. So I was wondering, is this the same like system for the Nintendo Switch 2? Me personally, I'm gonna try to get a Nintendo Switch 2 at Best Buy at midnight, and then I was gonna try to get a second one from GameStop, maybe in stores or whatever. Just put a couple dollars down and pay it off over time until the Switch 2 comes out. This seems like it's not the case. This post is coming from GameStop Canada, so I cannot find the same information coming from America, but I'm just gonna assume it's close to the same system. It says right here, Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order started on April 24th at 12 p.m. Eastern time, online and in store. Obviously this is Canada, but I think that lines up pretty much for like an hour difference with America. This part right here is what I'm interested in. A deposit of $300 is required to pre-order the Switch 2 Mario Kart bundle, and a deposit of $250 is required to pre-order the Switch 2 console. So if you are thinking like maybe I can go to GameStop, put $50 down and then pay it off when I get paid, or just over the next like 6 or 7 weeks, I don't think that's the case. And I'll be honest with you, I kind of think this is the right way to do this. I feel like maybe some people would have just put $5 or $10 down for whatever reason, maybe forgot about it, maybe couldn't pay it, maybe were like trolling, maybe scalpers, I don't know the reasons, right? But I feel like making people pay half, I feel like that's a fair system. You know what I mean? We've been knowing this console's coming for years at this point, and you can trade in stuff. So I can't find any information saying they're doing this in America, but I'm just gonna assume it's pretty much the same system. So just make sure you have at least half the money to put a deposit down if you're gonna pre-order through GameStop. I don't know how it works online. Like, can you just put a deposit online? Or is that just something you can only do in store? Very curious. Now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the major retailers that are missing from this whole equation is Amazon. I find this very strange. I know in Europe you could pre-order from Amazon. I'm not sure about the UK, but today you are able to pre-order in the United Kingdom, this isn't for America, the Nintendo Switch 2 on Amazon, okay? So this is cool. I'm thinking this might also happen in America. Maybe not at the same time, But never say never. I would still check Amazon at midnight tonight. Whenever you're watching this video, check Amazon. Whenever we're pre-ordering, Target, Best Buy, all that good stuff. Maybe if you miss those or you want a second Nintendo Switch, or websites are crashing, or you're just curious, I would still check Amazon because this happened randomly today. I don't think there was any information for it. These sold out pretty quickly. So if none of these retailers sound like the right retailer for you, obviously you can do this to Nintendo as well. And we are talking about all the thresholds you need to meet, right? You need to have 12 months of continuous Nintendo Online membership, I think, played over 50 hours on your Switch, maybe some other stuff. And I was thinking, well, I have multiple Switches. I personally don't meet that threshold on either one of my Switches because there are multiple Nintendo accounts, but I think I'm actually wrong about that. Clearing up misconception. You do not need to actively be subscribed to Nintendo Switch Online to be eligible to register interest, to register to invite to pre-order Switch 2 in the United States. You just need to have been subscribed for 12 months in the past. I don't know whether people think that you have to subscribe for a year, but buying a year subscription today is not going to help make you eligible if you weren't already eligible. You just need to have a total time of being subscribed for 12 months. So maybe I actually do hit those thresholds some way, somehow, alongside at least 50 gameplay hours, which is easy. And I do think that is easy. So this is for the United States and Canada. So maybe it's just a total of 12 months subscribed, you know what I mean? Which, if you've had a Switch anytime from now since 2017, there's a good chance you might have met this threshold. I actually think I might meet this threshold now. Whenever they send these invitations out, the invitation will be valid for 72 hours. Invitation emails will prioritize on a first come, first served basis to registrants, I think that's the word, who have purchased a Nintendo Switch Online membership with a minimum of 12 months of paid membership and 50 hours. We just talked about all that. So yeah, I didn't think I met this threshold, but now I'm thinking I actually might meet this threshold. I don't think this will happen until May 8th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this just means it's another option, right? The option is there. Now, I was curious, how is this all gonna go? I mean, the demand is gonna be there, but like, I just don't know. You know what I mean? Some people are saying the console's too expensive. We're all like hyping it up too much. It's really not gonna be as big as we think it is. But we have some data coming out of a French retailer where they've already went through all of this. So an interview with French retailer FNAC about Switch 2 pre-orders reveals hardware sales at historic levels and very good sales for accessories, especially the camera, which I do find very interesting. Bullet points translated from the interviews. Hardware sales at historic level. Stock situation is good, but could get tense in June. Higher average spent by user, closer to core gamers than Nintendo's more mainstream audience. Price won't be an issue for that demographic. Accessories at very high level of sales, especially the camera. The Mario Kart bundle, extremely popular. Yeah, Nintendo knew that's what was going to happen with making it $80. Software sales lagging behind, but should ramp up closer to launch. 12 midnight launch events planned in Paris and other cities. Pretty cool stuff. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I think Nintendo, as long as they have like enough stock for the hardware, I think they're doing that Mario Kart bundle to bump up the initial sales numbers. It's like 5 million sold in 1 month or 10 million sold in 1 month or something. And it's just going to look really, really good to investors. Seeing the camera be sold like this much, I find that very surprising. And I think the main reason is probably Mario Kart. I mean, it looks so cool, like playing Mario Kart with friends. I have an idea for that camera. I think I'm going to use it to review games with my audience. So I'm patenting that idea now. Don't steal it, bigger YouTubers. But I think that's going to be really cool. Just keep in mind you can use any USB-C camera. There's also that Piranha Plant, but that is only 480p resolution. But yeah, I mean, this looks like it went really good over there, so I can't imagine the numbers here in America and in Canada. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this information? Because your opinion matters most. Today is the day. I might stream a little bit, maybe like an hour before the pre-orders, just to have some fun. Who knows? But yeah, I'm very excited to talk about how all this went tomorrow. So good luck out there. Don't buy from scalpers if you can. And man, that's another day closer to the release of the Switch 2. As always, if you made it to this part of the video, hit a like and subscribe. Follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram if you could. And you guys know me. I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.